Jimmy Peterik, obviously, he's a very good, great musician, obviously, great singer-songwriter, lives out in the southwest suburbs and been performing since the 70s, obviously, and he collapsed yesterday afternoon at the Des Plaines Theater, part of the Cornerstone of Rock show, New Colony 6, the Crying Shames, the Buckinghams, and the Ides of March. And Ron Onesti is the man that is running and booking the Des Plaines Theater. We've talked to Ron a number of times. He's the president of Onesti Entertainment Corporation. Ron, welcome back to the program. How are you, sir?
Oh, Big John, it's always so freaking nice to talk to you, man. It really is.
I was saddened to see this, but apparently he didn't hit his head or hurt himself. Last song of a long performance, and as always, the guy can't give it up, wearing way too many garments, too many costumes.
Well, Jimmy's been as a, how can I put this? A very flamboyant rock and roller,
exuberant
right?
guy, yeah.
Exuberant, right, man? I tell you what, I like to take a tour of his walk-in closet one day, but yeah, you know what? It was really scary, and the thing is with the Crying Shames, New Colony 6, and that Cornerstone show. The Ides of March is the backing band. So of that's the whole first half, and the first half ends with the Ides of March set. So he's literally on stage during the sound check, during a little rehearsal. Then the first two bands, the Shames and the Six, their set, and then doing the Ides of March set. And he was just, it turns out it was dehydration, it was low blood sugar, it was heat exhaustion because, again, we've got great air conditioning and everything, but we know how hot and humid it was. Mm-hmm. And he shows up in this, this beautiful, 2 or 3 layered brocade jacket,
I paid for it, and by God, I'm going to wear it.
Yeah, well, you know what? The only thing he was missing was his sitar yesterday because that's the way it looked,
Yeah.
And every time, like you said, you heard, we've all heard Vehicle, I don't know, 1 million times, give or take.
Yeah, he still sings it. He still sings his original key. He gets it all.
Does.
Yeah.
He does. And does the opening, and it just was wonderful. And, the second to last song in the Ides set is L.A. Goodbye, another one of my personal favorites. And then when L.A. Goodbye comes on, I know the next one is Vehicle. So I've got my, Facebook Live thing set and ready to go, and I start filming it. And all of a sudden, it looked like my sound was going out, And, I was like, oh, my gosh, I'm looking at my guys like, what's going on? The mic's going on. We didn't replace the batteries. What's going on there? And then all of a sudden, he just kind of like his spine collapsed on stage. And I was right there, jumped on stage, and I was holding his hand. It was a little cold and clammy. But he was coherent, never lost consciousness. And he was looking up right at me, and we're just kind of talking. I was joking with him just to keep engaged. And, something that happened, John, that, you've been doing this a long time. I've been doing it a long time, and I've never experienced this before. So we were sold out, 1,000 people. It was solid. And so now this is about 20 minutes into it. I mean, everybody just stopped. The world stopped, and we're all just watching them. Everyone is holding their breath. Nobody left the room. I mean, everybody was just there. You could see the pain on everyone's face, the fear, rather. And all of a sudden, the whole theater burst out into prayer, the Lord's Prayer, our Father,
Wow. Wow.
It was, and I'm like, Jimmy, you hear that? He goes, I hear that. I said, that's for you. That's for me. I could hear it, and literally like the color came back to his face, and he was smiling, and, we stuck his arm up with a thumbs up, and everybody applauded. It was, I tell you, it was a bone-chilling, wonderful thing, the power of prayer, I guess, and it was wonderful.
Do you think Jimmy's going to add it to the show regularly?
He really should. I said, Jimmy, as big as you are walking out, this is quite the exit you're doing on your set here, and he'll do anything for attention apparently. But
it's like James Brown with a cape.
You know what? Exactly. I felt like the guy too. I was right there on my knees. I felt like I should just pull his cape off. But I don't know.
Well, have you talked to him today? How is he?
He's good. He went to the hospital. They took the tests, and everybody. It was really something because to have all the 1,000 concert goers there concerned, and the 30 entertainers backstage just biting their lips, just waiting to see how it was going to be, and we got to the hospital, and he was fine. He's good now. He's up. Matter of fact, he posted, I think, on his Facebook page because we have actually a show with him on Thursday. It's a record release party for his other project called Pride Alliance. And he's still going to do it. He announced that I'll be there with Toby Hitchcock, and so he's going to be at the Arcata on Thursday.
Just dress a little lighter. Dress a little lighter.
I know. Wear that. Yeah. Go back to wearing half shirts with your belly button showing. That's what I say.
Well, he's not a spring chicken anymore. He's well into his 40s now, so he may not want to wear that.
Yeah. Well, then there's the right side of him that's also in his 40s, and it's it's a. I mean, you know what? When we're all looking at it, I mean, it just so happened that the original drummer of the Crying Shames passed away yesterday morning. It's just everyone's looking at each other like, holy, it's like a reality slapping you in the face here.
While I have you for the last minute or so, now put on your other hat. President of the Joint Civic Committee of Italian Americans. We went through this last week. But the Northwest Side Alderwoman, Rosanna Rodriguez Sanchez, she's defended herself against the backlash she received for promoting that Twitter poll that a lot of leaders in our Italian-American community said they found offensive. Is this going to percolate on, or does she need to apologize? Kind of your final thoughts on this if it doesn't go any further.
Yeah, you know what? I don't know. It needs to be a lot more than an apology. I mean, she was so rude, and it was so bad. She tried to, and that's the worst part about it, John. Not only did she do this, she tweeted this poll about how should we honor Italian heritage in Chicago? Should we have a statue to cannoli? And other people on her post were saying, let's put beef juice in the Buckingham fountain. And they're just like, but the point here is not only was she perpetuating and provoking this kind of talk, but she just won't stop, and she won't apologize, and she writes it up as being playful and lighthearted. I'm like, my God, in a situation or in a society where you can't stub your toe on a chair and call the chair a name, how is it right? How is it okay? And not only this, really briefly, she is chairperson of the powerful Health and Human Relations Committee in the City Council. That's the very committee that covers anti-Semitism, black-white relations, all types of racism. She's chairman of that committee. So how can the leader of that committee be allowed to speak this way about any ethnic group? It's terrible. And we got a press conference tomorrow at 9:30 at City Hall that we're going to take it to the next level.
Oh, well, then I'll be talking to you tomorrow afternoon, apparently.
Yes, sir. It's we've got the thing about this last second or two is the amount of support that we've been receiving from unions, from the firefighters union, police, 16 aldermen behind us. A lot of them want to remain a little bit quiet because they're a little, they want to see how this thing plays out. But, nobody's in favor of not only what she did, but how she's handling it subsequently. Just a flagrant act that she's not, doesn't feel bad about. It's just amazing.
Mr. Onesti, we'll talk later in the week, I'm sure. Thanks for your time today, and have a great afternoon.
All right, brother. Great talking to you all the time, Big John.